Hey everybody. Sorry, my voice is really rough today. I'm not doing good. Hey Jackie. Hey Monique. Hey Brenda. I will say and will repeat, I'm not doing a full live. I don't feel good. I just popped in to make sure everybody knew I was okay. Hey Monty. I am. Emotionally, I'm okay. Physically, I'm not. I don't know what he brought home, but this is really kicking my ass. So that's part of why I don't really want to be live. And I also have to go to the laundromat and order groceries and do all the other mom things that I don't really want to do. I just want to sleep. Such is life. Good morning, Tracy. Exactly, Monique. It's what I signed up for. I'm not complaining, just saying I don't want to do it. And part of why I came live is because I did lie in the apology, unintentionally, but still lied, that I gave the other day. And I want to clear it up. And I'm hoping that, thank you. I'm hoping that somebody will take it back or pass it along. I had said that Jess was the page, and I was wrong. That was my page. I didn't remember it as that, but it was me. I thought of Jess because Jess was the first one to post it to YouTube. And I have the text where she's begging me for the information to do so. And I think that text was like in July. And then I think it's September something. Thank you, Nick. Exactly beautiful. I think it's in September. She said something to me about she's still lying or something to that effect. And I said, well, if she wants to lie, I'll post them. So that needed to be cleared up. I did not intentionally lie. That is honestly how I remembered it. We've been talking about this. Y'all know we've been talking about this. But now I can finally lay it to rest. And I would just like to do the right thing and have it in her understanding. Whatever she wants to do with it, I don't care. But at least I know I'm right. Yes, I do, Bank. And it's not an excuse. I just need to correct the fact that I lied in the apology that I gave. I don't have to be on, Townsend. I choose to be on, and in fact was not going to come on today. I've spent the last year away from TikTok. And quite frankly, I'm getting annoyed with this narrative of you can't heal online or you're addicted to the internet because I'm live 1.5 hours a day. It wasn't an intentional lie, Stella. I guess you just didn't hear what I said. I did not intentionally do it. I did misremember, and I set out the actual facts. It was the same as it is now, Townsend. No different. I wish I got money off of here like a gambling problem. Maybe I wouldn't be so miserable and have to be on here when I don't want to. I could lay down when I don't feel good. Hey, Jennifer. Thank you. Thank you, Sarah. And in fact, I have found it has been more healing to speak on what I've been through with those who have been. Yeah, we're not doing that anymore, Stella. You need to please catch up with the times. I used to be on here. How am I deflecting? When I misremembered, I came and corrected it. I figured it out this morning. It would have been done sooner if I'd known sooner. And again, the Ashley that was on here 2020 to 2023 is not the Ashley that's here today. Hey, Dirty. I'm not going to keep arguing with you because it's obvious you're following me just to drag me down. Like, for real. You should be worrying about your own problems and not, harassing somebody about theirs. I have the NA. That's my only support. My son's father and the girls in the house. That's my support. Which is funny, when that came out is when everybody started circling. I'm good, Amber, and you? But I was right. Look, it wasn't her page. That's where I was wrong. I misremembered. But I have something for you. Because this is the OG. Hold on, let me get to it 1 second. This is the OG picture coming up of Jess asking to be the first to drop it. Marg is going live at 5:30 on YouTube to attack us and a new person. I need those results, quote unquote, sent to me ASAP so I can shut her up during that live. And this is from July 15th, 2023 at 1:30 p.m. The page that I made was in September. So I didn't lie. I just placed the blame in the wrong direction. Nope. I actually just sat here and explained what happened, but I guess you didn't hear that part and just stopped. I never said I wasn't, Butter. And no, I'm not mad. Oh, for God's sake. But if I hadn't shown the text, you would say Jess wasn't the first one. You see what I mean? I'm trying to make a point and all you do is nag. Makes no sense. That's what I'm doing. I said what I needed to say. I'm not going to keep arguing with people. Illegal evidence. Do you even know what evidence is, Em? Anyway, I got out. Nope, it was a false alarm. The video was posted the next day. No problem. Nope, I am not Hep C positive. And that's what I did. I'll say it one more time because I know her people are pouring in. I did misapologize. I did. Jess was not the one behind the TikTok, but Jess was the first one to post it to YouTube in July. So that is where I fucked up. And I'm sorry. I was the page. There we go. Now I feel better. Caitlin, if you don't know me, shut up. That's simple. How? I literally just showed you. But again, it just, you hear and see what you want to hear and see. Reactive does mean it's somewhere in the system or antibodies, which is why I said positive. And what's funny is how many of these people are following me. Oh, for fuck's sake. As I said, Pug, it was not intentional. I had misremembered. I dug up the text this morning and I've shared what I found. I don't know what else to do. I wanted to clarify because I fucked up and now I'm done with it. Thank you, Jen. Going good. I actually take my first GED test on the 30th. I got clean 10/30/23. And to be honest, I didn't even think about it showing the results when I showed that text. I'm not talking to you, Lola. I cannot wait until these new rules come in on the 26th. Yes, I am, Squid. $10 a reading. Thank you, Amber. Nope. I did get out of rehab in 2025. I spent 15 months inpatient. I graduated the 3.3 and the 3.1 programs. My graduation date was 2/15. They're not going to let readings happen. We're not even going to try that. Exactly, Kelly. Readings are $10 a reading. I have no idea what happened with Jess. None. She talked to me normally, and then just out of the blue, all this stuff happened. Yes, I was 15 months in rehab. I was on H&F, Jess. Thank you, Justice. Thank you, Jess. I did not abandon them and leave them to starve. They were left in the care of somebody. The landlord changed the locks. We managed to get in, and then one day the door was open and they were gone. I have the text from when it happened. Didn't leave them to starve. And again, I have to wonder if they had such an issue with the cats that happened 13 months ago, and they knew the whole time because they had the text, why wait until now to say something? You really need to study law. No face. You sound stupid. I don't make random people mods. I don't know. I've done all I can with it. I corrected where I was misinformed, and that's all I can do. It doesn't matter. I do not just make people mods anymore unless I've known you for a great amount of time. Because the last time I've done it with people who DM'd, yes, but people just said I left them to starve, and that's not what happened. I don't know, Squid. Nothing happened. The pictures came out on a Thursday out of the blue, and then all of a sudden, this is a thing. I just said 4 cats. And I'm not talking about you guys. I'm talking about the owners of the text, Whack and Jess. 1 cat was in the bag, and my landlord's people put it there. There's videos talking about this. Look at the one where I'm crying. Nothing, Gator. I appreciate it, Batman. I appreciate it, Joel, but I can't trust anybody. And I'm not saying it to be mean. I really shouldn't. Come off as mean. It doesn't help anything, but I'm not making any more mods. I'm not. I will deal with it myself. Unless they're already a mod, I'm done. I'm not trying to be rude. I just cannot trust anybody. Yes, I know about that, Ashley. Who tried to help? Because if you're saying Jess, that's a load of lies. And if you mean Paisley, the one whose own cats were flea-ridden and very sick and not cared for, and who went online to beg for remedies, why would I give her my pets? She already lied about sending them how much food. She already lied about animal control 10 billion times. I mean, exactly, Candy. They only offered to bring me down. They knew those cats kept me living and they didn't want me to have them. Her name is on the majority of the animal control reports. No, she's not dirty. Y'all just see what they want you to see. If you'd have been here from the beginning, you'd know better. Again, if you watch the video, it's all talked about. How it was being cleaned up, how they were under care. You just have me speaking because you're hoping to get a lie. Go watch the video. No, she did not, Green. She sent one case of food. One that my cats wouldn't even touch. I took it to the shop and fed it to those cats because my cats don't touch pate, even when they're absolutely never would touch it. Am I condemning? No, I'm comparing and saying why I didn't send them. See, you hear what you want and run with it, and this is why I kept everybody blocked. She tried to help, going to animal control who would put him down. Yep. Exactly. Right, Robin? I'm done. I said what I needed to say. I corrected what I needed to correct. My information's out there for anybody personally involved who wants what I have, and I'm done. And I do apologize because I didn't think of the records being visible in that picture. When you block the words, it blocks most of the chat. She did it before. She's been on my ass for 4.5 years, Ashley. If you mean villain. Exactly, Jewel. Hey, Bree. I made a mistake and I corrected it. I am. It's off my chest. Yep, I had blocked words before, and at first it was working great, and then it was like TikTok just started taking random letters out of the words because people couldn't get through. Really? So I'm not a victim when somebody who doesn't know me pays my husband to have me committed? I'm not a victim when people in my real life were contacted, including my boss's wife, my boss's sons, my son's father, a woman whose car I had, businesses, government agencies, for 4.5 years. Because she said she just wanted me to get sober and somehow this was going to help. And then when I got sober, it didn't stop. Am I the victim in the LabCorp thing? No. But you need to realize what was done. No, I didn't. You don't commit people who are addicted. Wow, the idiocy. No, I don't. I can show receipts of what I've been through. Just because somebody was an addict does not justify the kind of behavior I have been through. There is a reason TikTok is enforcing laws for the things you people do. Or rules, I'm sorry. Thank you, Lindsay. I'll tell you. She came out, thank you, Dirty. She came out for me, I want to say mid 2021. And it started with just making live streams about me and restreaming me. And then it was, I don't even remember chronological order. She contacted my ex-husband and paid him to have me committed, knowing he was an active user. Contacted my SAer and wrote the court papers for him so he would file and sue me for defamation because she decided I was lying. Let's see what else. Contacted every business that advertised on my YouTube. What else? Contacted people in my real life. My boss, my boss's wife, my boss's sons, my son's father, businesses that advertised on my YouTube, businesses that reached out to work with me. There is a reason. Yes, he did. If you weren't in my house, how do you know nothing was done? Do you know how many times? No, my boss is not my son's father. The boss is his brother. Yep. Rice isn't the boss. See, they're so in my life and they can't even keep up with it. No, they don't. DM me. I'm no longer speaking on it publicly. I don't have a therapist, which is public knowledge, at least for these people. I'm happy for you too, Lindsay. Thank you, me. I said I had one what? I'm good, Tabby. How are you? Welcome. That's where it came from. And what I would like to know is why, when it's me, it's don't talk about it, don't talk about it, don't talk about it. But when it's everybody else, it's talk about it. You're going to make a difference. I have. It changed nothing, Kayla. I was gone for the better part of a year. And that's what I'm looking for as a trauma therapist. Hey, sweet. My counselor and my sponsor have agreed that I've done everything that NA would hold me responsible to do, and have agreed that anybody who is pushing for me, hey, Cookie, to do anything I'm not comfortable with has obviously either not been in NA at all or has not absorbed the NA teachings. Thank you, Glenda. Which I will say, I know not everybody's in NA. Thank you, Nicole. Yep, my actual @ is still Miss Ashy Cat. They won't, for whatever reason, it won't change. I have Shay, but when I bring that up, I'm in victim mentality. Because apparently being sick is a reason to be treated like I've been treated. And then holding whole lives and admitting you've been setting me up for years. Like, what kind of behavior is that? To spend years getting close to somebody and then do something like that. Like, this is not... Oh, thank you, Glenda. And what's sad is if it had happened in Maryland, I could have. I didn't mean for it to continue like this. I had admitted where I fucked up on the apology in my arrangement of things. Right, Heather? All right, Ash. I'm going crazy. I don't know if there's any NAers in here, but I'm going crazy. What do you define accountability as, Peru? Because from my definition, it's admitting that you were at fault, which I did. And it's accepting that you need to change your behavior, which I have. That is accountability. I am still in early recovery and I'm still ironing out a lot of the kinks. I'm sorry, I'm not perfect. No human is. But you all really need to look up the definition of the word. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, Heather. It's not that. Other people have done it. Nope, he was not. Thanks, Tabby. Nope. Look up accountability. There is nothing about punishment in the definition of accountability. At the moment, no, it wouldn't have come out now. But it had already been planned, and my sponsor and I had already talked about that being a big part of my step 4, 8, and 9. But see, you don't know what goes on in my private life and make assumptions off what you've been told. Well, this legal system's been talked about for 2 years, but you must be the new group of people. Oh my God, my fingers hurt. I have been typing all day. I had to write an essay about why I want to go to school for what I want to go to school for. It ended up being a 2-page essay. I had to do the research on like what the job entails and pay rates over the years and stuff like that. Accountability, the fact or condition of being accountable, responsibility. This one says, what's the true meaning? Oh, I hate the mouse on this. Here's the Merriam-Webster definition. That is not what I said, Twiggy. What I'm saying is people are in here telling me I'm not being accountable because they don't know what accountable means. No, I left Baltimore 15 months. Well, no, almost 18 months ago now. The quality or state of being accountable, especially an obligation or willingness to accept responsibility or to account for one's actions. Examples of use. These laws are not historically extended to child influencers and social media stars, leaving the influencer space largely free of guidelines and any external accountability. You misuse words to be able to justify what's done, and that's not cool. No, this person literally just said, here, you want more? I'll open it back up and let you read yourself. These people are saying accountability only happens if there's a punishment. And that is not true. I'm so sorry. I can't have a sore throat and stop when my throat hurts. I'm so sorry for that. Here is the first definition of accountability. The fact or condition of being accountable, responsibility. Then I scroll down here to the true meaning. Accountability is an assurance that an individual or organization is evaluated on its performance or behavior related to something for which it is responsible. Then we come to the Merriam-Webster. The quality or state of being accountable, especially an obligation or willingness to accept responsibility or to account for one's actions. Examples of accountability in a sentence. But these laws have not historically extended to child influencers and social media stars, leaving the influencer space largely free of any guidelines and any external accountability. Palo Alto's race to patch couldn't match hacker speed, but a community model could have shrunk that window because shared accountability outpaces solo fixes. Now, Hochul is forcing a ban through the budget, bypassing public scrutiny and accountability. And they have the Cambridge, in case Merriam-Webster isn't up to your speed. Oh, and Britannica. Yeah, I think more people know about Britannica. Accountability, principle according to which a person or institution is responsible for a set of duties and can be required to give an account of their fulfillment to an authority that is in a position to issue rewards or punishment. You hear that? An account of their fulfillment to an authority that is in a position to issue rewards or punishment. However, despite the apparent precision of this definition, controversy has arisen about the exact meaning of accountability. The term accountable comes from the Latin computare, to count. To be accountable required a person to produce account of either the properties or monies that had been left in his care. This meaning has endured in all those forms of accountability that are exercised through financial bookkeeping or budgetary records. But more discursive meanings of being accountable, in the sense of giving an account, also emerged early in the history of the term. Accountability is an abstract noun that therefore refers to both the capacity of and obligation on someone to produce an account. Yet it was not in political or legal discussions that accountability first developed. Let's see, we're not government, so we can skip over that part. Political. There is a lack of precise equivalents in other languages. So the only one that I found that says anything about punishment states an authority that could issue. But I just seen, Collins Dictionary. Accountability, the state of being accountable, liable, or answerable. Examples. We also have a right to expect accountability when things go badly wrong. Wall Street Journal, 2023. The shutdown did end up bringing accountability. I think we can all agree here that the internet has very much been misusing the word accountability. HIPAA does not apply to regular people, only to those in the medical profession. Nope. Everybody says they're doing this because of accountability. I did just read legal accountability. Y'all just racing to not be wrong. But that's cool because now I can get rid of all of these people that only came here to poke and do her work for her. Doesn't matter. HIPAA does not apply to a private person. Exactly, Rachel. Everybody's talking about it, and that's why I read that. It is entirely across TikTok that they're misusing the word accountability. They also misuse, oh God, what's the other one they misuse? There's another one they misuse, and it just went out my head. Nope, they were not altered. Guys that are here following, be silent for me for a minute so I can sort these out, okay? Oh, and by the way, private citizens have nothing to do with legal accountability. Let's just straighten that up. Yes, I have my baby miscarry. He's at daycare right now. What is shocking is how many of these people are speaking nasty but are following me. That's also very weird. I know, Crystal, it really sucks. A judge cannot have an own definition of a word. That's literally why they're a judge. But anyway, before this whole accountability thing started, I was asking, is anybody here an NAer? Because I've been looking for to find it for probably about a month and a half now. No, I was not. Never was a friend with this person. Yes, I hyper focused because not only is it against me, it's a whole thing on TikTok to begin with. And please do not tell me what's the best for my mental health if you're not in my situation. Do you think I would have admitted to lying 2 years ago, Nanny? This isn't an airport. You don't have to announce your departure. I don't change, but it's funny. I haven't changed, neither has my situation. It's almost like it's linked. Hey, Celine. All right, we should be good. I also have ADHD, which one of the traits is hyperfixation, as well as trauma that makes me hate when reality is questioned in any way. Thanks to my mom swearing everything I experienced wasn't true. Hey, Cat. Oh, it's done. I said what I wanted to say. Hey, Colleen. Hey, hi to everybody I missed. Yeah, NA does do online, but I'm hoping there's an NAer in the chat. Nobody's making me backslide. Exactly, it's accepted or not. So I'm asking about NA because there was a piece I read in a book. I'm sorry, Destiny, I might have done it by accident. DM me your name and I'll fix it. We are good, Kat. Thanks for asking. No, I literally get my own. I have a home group and everything. So, okay, I think I'm caught up. In one of their books, there is a whole section about how addicts veer. Like, they take two paths. They either actually do what they're going to do or they veer into addiction behaviors in another way. I remember it said something about drama, and I remember it said something about exercise. I just read this, so it's in one of my newer books. I have bought, just for today, no, not just for today, I had that. The Spiritual Principle, Living Clean, and how it works and why. So I would think, and the anniversary edition of the White Book. So I would think it's probably in one of those because it was a new book for me. But can anybody remember where it was or know where to possibly look? Hi, Hales. Because I am literally going crazy trying to find this. Never said it wasn't kind, but that's cool. He doesn't understand Easter yet, Anne. He's only 18 months on the 1st. When I get hired, I'll work, but in the meantime, I'm in school. Mine's November 1st. I am, babe. How are you? I want to be a social worker addictions counselor. And I was saying my fingers hurt because I had to type, they call it your career essay. And it's basically an explanation of why you're getting your GED and what you want to do with it. And so I was explaining I want to go to college and what for. And you had to research like what their annual pay is, their responsibilities and duties and what it encompasses, all that kind of stuff. So, ended up with like 5 paragraphs, 2 pages worth. It was pretty fun. I liked getting into it and really seeing what comes. Thank you, Ash. Oh, thank you, babe. I was excited to do it, but it was actually, I have it if you guys want to hear. I can read it for you. Thank you, Ashley. I really, truly appreciate everybody's offers to be a mod. But for right now, at least, I do not want any other mods. I appreciate where you're coming from. Most of my online drama has come from mods. So, for right now, no. Let me take it out. God, it's gonna hurt. This is only, I think, the 3rd essay I've ever written. Yeah, 2nd or 3rd. I mean, that's just 1 page. Thank you, birdies. I do appreciate it. All right. I have spent my life bouncing between possible career choices, but none of them seemed to fit just right, save the thought of being a counselor of some sort, maybe even a therapist. Then I fell into addiction and acquired experience with how the world sees and treats addicts, even in the medical field. My own lack of assistance during my addicted pregnancy led me to feel like getting the education to become a social worker addiction specialist would be the perfect fit for me, as well as a great way to use my own unique set of skills that I have acquired in that dark time. A social worker addictions counselor is someone who works hands-on with alcoholics and addicts who need help. They provide counseling, case management, and support, as well as help to create treatment plans via the observations made and knowledge of the client's personal needs during sessions. This role also involves many hands-on outreach opportunities, such as being trained to intervene in times of crisis, work with the families of their clients, working with legal and other medical professionals to secure the best treatment possible for their client, and working as a patient advocate for their client, which includes but isn't limited to advocating for their clients' rights and service accessibility, working with courts and the workers involved, such as probation officers or lawyers, and making sure that the client has their best opportunity to overcome the obstacles they're currently facing. However, this isn't a career you'd really want to get into if you're only looking to make money, as the average pay ranges from just above $44,000 to just under $55,000 a year in most places. This career is one that you definitely need a passion for, as it can be trying and isn't always recognized on the same level as some other addictions careers may be. This career is one for the people who thrive off of helping others from the heart. Thank you. Hi, everybody. I'll catch up in a second. This decision was almost made for me looking back. I would love to help others the way that I wasn't helped but so desperately needed. My goal is to remember where I came from, how I felt, and what I've been through, so that my empathy may come through at its highest. As I stated before, I have a very unique set of skill sets that add up to make me feel as though I'd be someone who's a great fit for this career. In my own experience, I've got the most support and care from those who had been there themselves. In closing, I am very able to see myself working as a social worker addictions counselor and feel very passionate about this choice, despite the fact this didn't even come into my radar as an option until the last 18 months. I love to help others in their worst times, and this career definitely gives me that opportunity. I also love working with people hands-on, which is why my job experience has always been in customer service. Between customer service positions and what I learned in addiction, I truly feel that this is an amazing choice for me, even if it's not a huge money-making line of work. My pay would be in seeing those I helped come back from the hell they lived in, as well as making sure they have all the tools they need. That's what I wrote today. My fingers hurt. I'm doing that too, because here it's just a certification, so I can do both. I'm glad to hear that, Raggedy. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, guys. I do know what kind of setting that I would like to get into. I have the idea of working with a hospital or CPS, something that would be hands-on with addicted mothers, and kind of as a liaison, as somebody who's been there to tell you, this is what to do, this is where you get help, this is how you get it to be easier on you. This is what gives you the most benefit, whatever they need to hear. Well, thank you, love. Reading it, I see some mistakes, but I'm pretty okay. I'm not disappointed in it. Thank you, Dirty. Yeah, the pay part sucks, but I do intend to kind of do both. Girl, I'm gonna have to take years for the schooling I need to get there anyway. I also have the option to work rehab. There's lots of things I could do. Thank you, BS. Thank you, Proud. Yep. There's lots of options I can take. Are they all great pay? No. But this is something I'm doing because I would like to make a change. It's not something I'm doing because I want to be a millionaire. And I could even get a job with the state. Like it opens so many doorways. Yep, he's fine. Exactly, Destiny. I mean, 44 to 55 isn't terrible, but Delaware, I mean, the cost of living isn't as high as Maryland, but I'm seeing some high, some high rents here. So I don't know, Melissa, but I would have help, so that wouldn't matter. Oh, he loves it. He's counting to 5 now. I know, Jess. Hell, living in rehab was triggering. But I look at it this way. If I know, he's not even 18 months yet. Dumb. The jails could work too, especially with the pregnant inmates. Not full-time, I'm in school. But I want a part-time job, yes. Yes, because you can get up there early and then you're done. Thank you, Anna. He really is. It should be illegal. Where did I put my drink? Mm-hmm. I answered you. I knew. Oh, thank you, love. Now, see. Exactly, Shelly. I'm even trying to get the part-time to be in something addictions related to kind of build up the experience. There's a place, the hell is it called? I got the bracelet. It's about 25, 30 minutes away from me, but it's called Attack Addiction, and they do a lot of outreach. She wasn't wrong, Carrie. Do you know what I realized today? Thank you, Dawn. Well, actually, I had 2 realizations this week, and I've been trying to share them, but things had gotten just crazy. Sunday, I went to the store with my son and his dad. We went to Walmart, and I had a hoodie on. I had my little clutch on my wrist, and we're walking across the parking lot. Exactly, Kelly. But the biggest thing has been my GED. So hopefully I can do these tests as quick as they're saying, and I can have something opened within a couple months. That would help a lot. So anyway, we were walking across the lot, and it just clicked in my head how normal that was. All the things that I saw when I wasn't okay that made me so jealous and that I wished for so hard, I was doing. I had a basket full of goodies. I had groceries. I had my family. I had money and pretty much everything that I didn't have just walking through the store. I did get amazing scores on the social studies. Reading was 155, which is 10 over the pass, and math and science each were only 1 over the pass at 146. So I want to get some more time in on those before I test. Yeah, I can't even explain how good it felt. And then today I was walking. See, I was homeschooled. And we stopped really getting new books. I think I had 1 9th grade book, but other than that, it was 8th grade, and we just recycled them. So basically, my education stopped at 8th grade. And I had begged my mother, let me go to public school. I really want to go to public school. At least let me do high school there. And she'd always say, we'll see, and didn't do it. So I'm walking home today with my school bag on my side, which I have like a messenger. Shit, I didn't put this away. Thank you, Kelly. Me too, Jess. I hate math too, Heather. Jesus. I'm walking down my little school bag on my hip, and I realized, dude, I'm finally in school. I know what it feels like to be in school with other people and actually learn and see new things. And that was another one of those clicks. Like, I'm here, I'm healing my inner child. Okay, Jewel, and I really hope you didn't take it that I was being mean. Just right now, I'm a little sensitive. It did. Oh my God, I'm learning the new math through Khan Academy, and it's supposed to be easier, but it makes it so much more difficult. I appreciate it. It's just right now, background doesn't tell me intentions. Not saying that you have bad ones, but I've been burnt so much that I'm scared. Absolutely, Ashley. My math teacher today said the same thing about there, now we are. How the new math is just so many more steps and so much confusion, and she can't even help her son with it because it's so weird. But she can't send it to school with the old-fashioned math because then they fail them. I know, Holly. It's because I'm selling tarot. They don't believe in tarot. And there was this video that I made in like 2020 where I was talking about my confidence in my readings not being so great. Like I was always waiting for the next one to be the fail or be the one that they say you're totally shit. And people think I'm so confident, but really I just fake it till I make it. Well, because I said that, everybody takes it that I'm saying that I'm not a real tarot reader. And I don't. That's the only thing that started it, Megan, because nothing else has happened. I've been on the scammer pages since I came back. Yes, I do, Heather. Ooh, that's a cool idea. Thank you, Tess. You're good, Holly. What do you mean, how do you follow me, Dawn? I agree. Well, thank you for sticking around. I think it's a website, Heather. Oh, you are following me. But in the event you ever lose me, you clicked it so where it comes up to where it says subscribe and then click my face again and it'll take you over. But when it just says subscribe, that means you're already following me. Yep. When I was in rehab, a lot of the kids were going through that because I agree, Jewel. But you see, everybody complained. Well, thank you, Raggedy. I'm going to stand on my soapbox for one more minute. Thank you, Holly. Everybody complained that I was slipping into past behavior because I showed the definition of accountability and answered them with it. But look, people don't like it when you call them out. Oh, I'm sure you did. I've seen some of the stuff, and it was bad. Thank you, Missy. Like, there's things I can't. I agree, Kelly. I've said the same thing. I haven't changed entirely. I still have a lot of step work to do. I'm working on being more honest. It's difficult when there's things you don't want to share, but you're in a position where you have to. And all of it, not just online. But, yep, I know, Joel. You're good. But, it's nice to think clear again. It's nice to get closer to my higher power. And even though 17 months is a lot, like from the perspective of somebody who never thought they'd be here, it's really just the beginning. Yes, we are, Jess. And yes, I did, Holly. I do every day, Dawn. Thank you, Cherry. And I'm back on Reddit, I heard. Because these people don't know what to do without me. But anyway, I just wanted to say, sometimes I do things for a reason. I am waiting to go over the questions for the answers for step one with my new sponsor. I actually changed to a real, live, true, in-person, in my area sponsor, and she had me restart, which is kind of bumming, but I get why now. And when I tell you she does the step work, maybe they're lying then, Joel. She doesn't just have me answer the questions. Oh, no. She asked what literature I had, and when she found out, she has me read the essay on how it works, or it works, how and why. She had me read the essay and the basic text. She had me answer the questions, and then I'm going to explain to her after we go through the answers why I feel like it's okay to move on. Like, what have I learned, and what do I think I can learn from the next? Oh, for real, Jewel. Thank you, Sunshine. So when I say she takes it deep, she does, but you can't force anybody till they want it. Baby, I don't know days because I suck at tracking that, but I know I'm 17 and a half months and will be 18 months on the 30th. Actually, I think I'm actually a month and a half officially today. Yep, I can't believe I'm here. Yep, I got sober 2 days before he was born. We detoxed together in utero so that he wouldn't detox born, which means he wouldn't suffer as much. Ugh. I am 17 months, or 17 and a half months. And then when I looked at the date, I said, yeah, officially the half month today. I got clean 10/30/23. Nope. Well, thank you, Mama. I left Baltimore. I still go over to Maryland because that's where my insurance still is. Yes, I did. I do know that now. Sarcastic. Unfortunately, when you're sick, your brain's hijacked and you don't think that way. And considering the hospital detoxed me, Bird, I think I would definitely remember if I didn't detox before he was born. And if I didn't detox with him in utero. Thanks, Holly. Hey, Angie. No, I do not. I last used on 10/29/23 And I got my first 24-hour day on 10/30/23. Somewhere I have the hospital bill where I can show that I took all the medications to handle that. And that's part of why they had me do the vaginal birth. No, I should have, but at this point, it's like everything that should go for me feels like it doesn't, and I didn't have the time or the money to get into it. Because I would have had to get a lawyer, and then they would have taken whatever I want anyway. But one interesting thing is all of the doctors that was involved in my birth have left. They all quit that summer or were fired. The first 3 weeks he was with his cousin, and then he came with me December 4th and hasn't left me since. Yes, she's just off app. She's tired of the drama. She's actually doing really good, focusing on her son and her job. She's been doing good. She got a cat. If you hold on a second. No, you're good. If you give me a second. Here is the NA version, which I don't like the way it breaks it up after you hit 90 days. Or no, wait, this is the NA version. I have 1 year, 5 months, and 17 days clean. I love this one. This one's called No-Mo. You type in the date and then it counts your days. Money saved, all of that. So I have 534 days. Thank you, Jessica. And God only knows how much money I've saved. And that's just doing it off 50 a day. And I was a lot worse than that. No, Mo, N like Nancy, O like Owen, M like Michael, O like Owen. All one word. Thank you, Wildflower. Thank you, Dawn. They really do, Angie. They're not Lacey. No. He was in utero to detox with me. You know, the same way that the illegal substances go in his system is the same way the legal substances go in his system. I don't get that question, Megan. I don't share his name. We just call him Man here. Thank you, Angel. Thank you, Michelle. I don't like him either, and I still can't believe that I did it. But after a lot of work with not just my counselor, but with my sponsor and with myself, I've come to the point where I can't change it. All I can do is accept it and do better. So don't ask me to hold all the medicine names because I'd have to literally find my paperwork for the names. I know I had I think I always mix them up, but the blood pressure clon medicine, I had some of that. I had gabapentin. I remember that. I had hydroxyzine for the anxiety. I remember that. I had this pill that boosts. Is that the one? Okay, Angel. They're $10 and my payment info is in the bio. I always forget which one. It's one of the two. But the blood pressure one. They gave me a pill that boosts the way your mat works. They upped my methadone by 5 milligrams every 4 hours. And that was the biggest part. By the time I left, I was on 80 milligrams. I don't know. I don't know if they... Okay, then DM me, babe. Then we'll get it set up. No, the hospital gave this to me when I was in labor. I did illegal things too, but what I'm talking about now was from the hospital. I just know one of them is narc and one isn't. That's all I can ever remember. I mix them up all the time. But they gave me the thing that boosts the methadone. They gave me methadone by 5 milligrams every 4 hours. You too, Dawn. They gave me ibuprofen 800 with a pill that was supposed to boost that or help. It's some form of the same thing, one of the two. That one I'm foggy with. Well, thank you, Angel. They ran 2 IVs through me to help keep me hydrated as well as to help run the stuff out of my system. Excuse me. Basically, kind of the way you see people do when, they're trying to pass a test. So then it is clonidine that is the blood pressure. Thank you, Stacy. I always mix them up. I just know one's controlled and one isn't. If you get my drift. But that's what I remember. I think that there's a lot more I forget. I'm not even going to lie. But I'd have to find, I think it's in that tote box. But I have the itemized bill with everything I took. Thank you, Erica. Okie dokie, Carrie, and thank you. I always mix them up too, don't feel bad. I am going to go ahead and get off of here. I still have chore to do. I forgot about that. We sure have, Angel, and I'm sorry that we had to take it to there today, but since I did it, I wanted to address it. And like I said, I do apologize when I showed the picture. I did not consider the fact that the results were there or readable. So I do apologize for that. That was just a lack of thought, and I'm sorry. But there you go. I got my head clear. I'm happy. I'm satisfied. Whatever happens from here happens, and all I can do is leave it up to God. Thank you, Angel. Thanks, Tess. I will be here tomorrow around 12:30, but I will not be here Friday or Monday. So tomorrow I'm probably going to really get some readings in. I have credit card due Friday, so I got to make sure that I've got everything, plus rent day. But I think it was only like $5 short on that. Baby daddy took care of that this month. Or this week. Jesus, month. Hey, Nandy. Thank you, Sunshine. Hey, Lulu. You too, Angie. Much love to everybody. And if any of you can find that little bit, it wasn't just drama. It was talking about exercise, food, and all of that. I'm trying to find out what book it's in. It's now like just the principle of the thing. Thank you, Doctor. I hope you do too. Okay, thanks. Bye.